simply is being mindful and intentional about how you dress and how you show up. That does not mean that you have to have a full glam beat, hair done, nails done, everything. It's what does that simple uniform look like for you when you are going to run around with your kids? It's not, okay, let me just put on the leggings and the flip-flops and just go, or the sneakers
Right.
and just go. It's like, no, what if I wanted to, after the park, I wanted to take my kids to something?
Hi, it's Tiffany Lorraine Galloway, certified high performance coach and now personal trainer, with another episode of the Resilient Mother podcast. And we've got a great twist for resilient love and moms for you today. We can't forget ourselves and what we look like. So I brought you a stylist with heart to help us get this together. So, Solita, thank you for being here. Please tell us more about you.
Thank you very much for having me, Tiffany. I am excited for this conversation because we know, as I was telling you backstage, I'm not a mom, but I'm first of five girls. Always had to act in the role of mom for my sisters, and even taking on that role for temporary for one of my sisters. So I've heard it. Moms always put themselves last, and so I think this is an interesting conversation for us to have. I am originally from the Caribbean, Antigua and Barbuda. I was born in the Republic of Guyana, which is the only English-speaking country in the Caribbean, in South America, actually. Excuse me. So it's for me, it's having that exposure to different personalities, cultures, and identities, and then trying to figure out yourself within that whole span of who you are when you're moving through these different seasons and spaces in your life. And so moving from finance, I just start after 15 years, just transitioning into wardrobe wellness and having that conversation with women around how to make the way they get dressed, like that daily practice of getting dressed, part of their wellness toolkit to like rebuilding their confidence, reconnecting with their identity, because you go through so many changes within your life, especially as a mom, that you kind of lose yourself in the process.
Yes.
And just using the power of style to build self-trust and, gain clarity in who you are as an individual and where you want to go next in your, even your business or your career.
Yeah. Because appearance means a lot. It's first impressions.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I was a very naive teenager who had no clue about fashion or anything. And it was the 80s. So maybe it was not, it's okay, because the 80s were wild anyway. But I didn't do the big hair or any of those things. I just wore whatever my hand-me-downs were, as oldest of six. And we all had big families and we tossed clothes around. And then I met this friend of mine who was very pretty and model-like and had nice clothes. And she started teaching me like how to actually wear and present myself. And like, I just hadn't had anyone take the time to like, oh, there's more to this. And I think I started developing a little bit of a style. And then I've kind of gone back and forth. And then I've had other friends like, nope, you fell into the hand-me-down things again. Your mom gave you these 80s like jackets to go to college and look for jobs. And like, those are so outdated, honey. We need to help you. So I've gone up and down, up and down, up and down. And then I hit mom, and then it's definitely been this thing. And I was showing backstage how I was in the not super mom contest. It was Fab Over 40. That's what it was. It was Fab Over 40 a couple of years ago. And I was doing really, really well. But I didn't realize that like my everyday appearance versus what was showing up online versus like I'm an actress and I had a photo shoot coming up and stuff. It actually fooled people into thinking I had won because of the big transition.
Yeah.
In me every day. And then I was all dolled up and everything. And it was kind of this wake up call of like, okay, that's kind of this extreme. Now I don't need to show up as the actress every day, but I clearly need to make a little more effort over here.
Yeah.
As everyday mom going to the store with my kids and still showing that I care about myself and I'm not just in my hoodie and like at the store, kind of thing. And there are still those moments, I will admit, I'm not perfect.
There will always be those moments though. That's the thing. I think what most women get confused with or have this idea in their minds that it's to be presentable or to feel good about yourself, you have to look like you're about to go to a photo shoot every single day, this high fashion. Like, no, you don't actually. You don't. What it means simply is being mindful and intentional about how you dress and how you show up. That does not mean that you have to have a full glam beat, hair done, nails done, everything. It's what does that simple uniform look like for you when you are going to run around with your kids? It's not, okay, let me just put on the leggings and the flip-flops and just go, or the sneakers
Right.
and just go. It's like, no, what if I wanted to, after the park, I wanted to take my kids to something, right, that requires me to wear a little bit more? It's like, okay, I can wear comfortable clothing. Like, you define what comfortable is for you and wear that. It does not require a full glam every single day. There are moments when you want to have that extra special layers and everything going, or your everyday look will require a little bit more effort, as you said. It's like, instead of the hoodie where you just throw on your clothes, like, okay, yeah, I have to take the kids, drop off. Okay, I'm just gonna put on whatever and drop off. It's like, no. What if I decide within that moment to go, you know what? I really do need some me time. I want to pop into a bookstore or somewhere. And as for much as people, some women say, oh, it doesn't matter. Like, I hear this, it doesn't matter. If you feel self-conscious about your appearance, whether or not that is showing up on camera, because I've had this women, we show up on camera and they go, oh, my apologies, I didn't get to comb my hair, or if you feel self-conscious about it, it means that you in yourself know that, okay, I should be making a little bit more effort. I don't feel good about the way I'm looking. So what do I do to make sure that I am showing up comfortable for me? Because it's about you first.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And I guess I shared kind of my journey because it's like it evolves. It changes too. And women's body change. Like I think that's a big thing that I wish would have been more apparent growing up. I think there's this very unrealistic
Yeah.
expectation that I can only wear fashionable clothes if I'm a certain size. And we're
Yeah.
getting better about that. But I think that's another reason moms maybe shy away because what used to fit may not fit anymore, or it's not flattering in the same way that it used to be because our shape has changed. We've had kids. I've had four. My body is not the same. It's not realistic for it to be. But I got Spanx. I got push-up padded bras. I got things to still look
Yeah.
nice, and I take care of myself. And so I think that's probably where I think moms go, okay, who am I now? Like,
Yeah.
what does this look like now?
That identity shift, yes.
Yeah.
It's like, who are you now? And that's a real and a deep conversation to have. As you said, there's so many changes that you go through emotionally and your body and everything. And what may have aligned with you before you had kids may not align with you now. And that's, I think, women need to accept, like, knowing that, give yourself permission to know that is okay.
Yes.
Right? We have social media and we have the media and we have everything pushing this idea that as a woman, you're supposed to look this particular way.
Mhm.
No, you're not supposed to. If you're healthy, I
Mm,
think that is the most important thing. If you are healthy and if you want to make changes to your body for you, not to fit this idea of what society is telling you should be, it's like, you want to do it for yourself. If you may want to exercise, change your diet, whatever that is for you, then do that. But you don't have to fit into an ideal body. One of my favorite actresses and comedian, I'm gonna butcher her last name, so I'm gonna share the show, which I'm sure most people will know about. So her name is Michelle Buteau. I think that's how she pronounced it. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, internet. But she stars in this series on Netflix called Survival of the Thickest. And
mm,
it's a really amazing show and a reminder to women who don't fit that ideal body that the world says we all apparently should have, because because why? That you should celebrate your body, celebrate who you are right now. And if you can't find the clothing in the store, because again, the bias translates and go into the stores, they don't have the sizes to fit you, go back to the days of going to your seamstress and
mm,
getting your clothes tailored to fit
mhm.
your body. And nothing is more amazing, and like, you celebrate yourself feeling that, okay, I'm wearing something that I love
Yeah.
and I'm feeling great in. And I just wish and hope that moms get to that spot. I know there's a lot of conversation around your body right now, but one, coming, as I said, coming to terms with knowing that, okay, you are in a different season of your life, and that's okay. What does this look like for you now? And you don't have to lose yourself in the process of being a mom. You can still show up for yourself within that same period that you're nurturing your children and your child, and just at least pour some of that love into yourself. Because you want, I always say this, right? Would you let your children go out in anything that makes them feel uncomfortable? Clothing that's too tight,
Mm,
that's itchy on their skin,
mm.
that they are like, okay, mom, this doesn't feel, I'm feeling. Would you do that? You wouldn't do that to your
Nope.
kids. So why would you do it to yourself?
Absolutely. And I think that's the secret sauce there a little bit ago that you were also talking about is like, one, it's got to be comfortable, but two, like the secret to clothes looking great is the tailoring, like
Yeah.
just a little tweak, but also celebrating what the body type is. I'm a little bit more of, I'm almost an hourglass, kind of a pear. I just accept that that is what shape I am. But knowing that gives me a little bit of power because I know like A-line dresses do really well. There are certain tops that work for me and that helps me, but I'm in a size that's kind of a little bit easier to find those sizes. I would say height wise though, I have to get dresses hemmed sometimes or I'm stepping on them with my freaking high heels and then they're not fun anymore. And so like, I can find someone in my church that can do something like that. Like
Yeah.
there are women that have that skill. I do not have that skill. Do not ask me to sew
Oh,
anything. But,
oh, I can do a little bit. I can do a little bit of hemming and put some darts in some things. Like I have a sewing machine right in front of me. Like I have it just to do those minor things, but anything that requires major reconstruction, I have to take that to a seamstress or a tailor. I
yeah.
think also going back to that point where you're saying like, okay, this is my size, or I have to find things to fit my height. We all, every single one of us, have something about our bodies that we have to structure the clothing for.
Yeah.
I'm 5 feet. They say they make petite clothes, but my petite frame is totally different from someone else's petite frame.
Mhm.
We both may be petite, but our bone structure is completely
Oh,
different. And so this is why it's important not to say, "Oh yeah, I'm a size 4. Why when I go to the store I'm a size 8?" And though that number is messing with your brain, it's like, "No,
yeah.
I'm a size 4." It's like,
Well,
"No,
and a different brand can feel like a
different
different
X."
European versus American. Like you're going to drive yourself mad if you're going to get stuck with the numbers. And as a
Exactly.
personal trainer now, that is also something I'm really having to stress with the women that I'm working with because we now know muscle equals longevity. Well, muscle is more dense. Muscle is not going to weigh less. You need
Exactly.
it to get through menopause. So do you want to be strong or do you want to be weak? Is I think what people aren't realizing. Yes, okay, you want to models are thin. They are thin because it is easier to make the clothing in a smaller size. It's an economical thing for
Yeah.
them to be literally a hanger for these clothes. And I don't know why we decide that looks great or that's great. It's not what the
Like
model
who,
is
for
about.
really, who came up with it? Who came up? We know who came up with it
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
So
Well, and I want to see every shape and size. I want to see that.
me too.
Because then I can celebrate my own unique body instead of like feeling like it's like I've said this on the podcast before, but I'm like, who wants just vanilla ice cream? Like, come on, we got every flavor. I need my
Ex-
chocolate. I need my mint. I need
ex-
my banana split. Like,
exactly.
so
Exactly.
celebrate what part of you love. So like
Yeah.
for me, I would say that, I always have kind of had a smaller upper waist and I've been lucky enough to like keep that with my kids. That's my spot that I'm like, okay, I love this spot. This spot works for me. I've got some other spots. Maybe I can weight lift a little bit more. Maybe I can shape it a little bit more, but like there's only so much you can actually do. And so body composition, you can mess
Mhm.
with that, but it is work and it's more than one thing. It's not a
Yeah.
simple thing. It's not one pill. It's not one thing. It is sleep. It is exercise. It is your everyday movement. Like it's called
Self
me just
acceptance.
moving. Yeah, it's the inside too about
Yeah.
that. And then what you eat. And you got to eat in a way, and it all has to be sustainable. It has to be a lifestyle that you feel good, that you have
Yeah.
energy, because not all of us have 3 hours a day to put into the gym to look a certain way.
Yeah.
And And then there are people that could do that all day long, and it's not gonna, like, every body is different. What
It's
type of
different.
exercise, what, but isn't that the fun and the variety of life? Just like clothes, like
It is.
there's
It
all these things
is.
to explore. So why not celebrate that more?
I think just celebrating it, and this is not to be naive. We all go through these different moments in our lives where we're like, okay, I wish my body looked, because again, that's the narrative. And we, get to some point in time where we're realizing that's seeping in. There was a period in my life. So I've looked at older, like when I was younger, photos of myself, and then I look at photos of myself now, and I'm like, the only thing I feel like changed is my age. I still look physically the same. And there was a period of time I was obsessed with gaining weight. When I tell you I was obsessed with gaining weight because I hated the fact that as an adult, in adult spaces, in my corporate life, always got the word, oh my gosh, you are so thin,
Oh,
or you are so small. I want to be, and people wanted to be me. And I'm like, when I walk into a room, people don't see an adult. That is not a good feeling for me. Okay, so I was obsessed. I got a trainer. I was literally training like I was going in for bodybuilding,
nice.
without the steroids and all the other things, because
Right.
I'm like, I'm not taking any of those things. Like,
No,
we're gonna do the actual work and eat, but I don't want any of that. But I just won't gain any weight. And I got to that point and I was like, you know what, this is it.
yeah.
I'm like, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
Come to terms with it.
Yep.
What's the goal? Okay, Solita, the goal is to be healthy in this body.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This is the body. It's not going to change. Most of it is shaped from my genetics. That's
Mm-hmm.
it. I can't go against genetics.
Nope.
That's what genetics is saying. This is the body. It doesn't matter what you do. This is it. So my goal is, okay, let's be healthy in this body.
Exactly.
And once you get healthy in your body and you feel it in your mind that, okay, I am healthy, this is my body, I'm eating right. I have a love-hate relationship with the gym. So
Yeah.
I say I pick a struggle. I'm like, if I don't like the gym that much, it means that I have to pour more into my food, like
Right.
what I eat, be more intentional about that. So that's where the change is, not only just in your mindset comes, but the acceptance part of it. Because once you feel good about the body that you're in and you're going to take care of it, dressing becomes so much more easier. And I know for some women, it's like, no, it's not. I'm like, it is.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes easier when you accept your body,
Mm-hmm.
and two, you start dressing from who you are. And that's where the identity piece is. It's like, I want to feel this way in my clothing. What are some of the things that I want to wear to feel good?
Yep.
What's comfortable for me? It's not, oh, the rules of these are the 10 must have things that every woman should. No, we're not the same.
Nope.
Okay, so Lita and Tiffany are not the same. We don't do the same. We don't have the same lifestyle
My
either.
sparkles over here, and she's got earrings over there. So,
Exactly. We're not the same. So we both of us should not have the same 10 things.
no,
You
absolutely.
identify what, okay, I want to have the core. What does my core looks like?
Mm-hmm.
My core closet pieces look like. And then you build from that. It makes dressing so much easier.
And it can be fun again,
Yes.
because it's not this fight of comparison of
Yeah.
even your past self. Like,
Yeah.
it can just be here in the present, which is the only thing you can control anyway. And
Exactly.
I've loved to see my daughter was in charter schools until we moved here. And
Mhm.
so she's really been experimenting with what her style is. And it's been a wild ride. It's gone places I didn't think it was going to go. But what's been really interesting is like this ability to just create new things now. Like
Yeah.
we have to be thrifty, and we like to go to the thrift store and different things.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
she's taken old jeans of mine and made patches out of them and redone pants and made her own thing. Now she has a sewing machine. Like, she's really taking off with
Yeah.
it, to the point at school, the kids are like, they stopped asking her where she was getting her clothes because they knew she was making them herself. And now she's
Yeah.
actually kids are giving her pairs of jeans and saying, make me a pair. And she's making money doing it right now. And I'm just like,
That
we
that's
would have
amazing.
never came there if I had told her to be dressed a certain way, if I
Yeah.
had not let her explore her voice and find an outlet. And it's been beautiful to see. Was it what I expected? And did it take a few turns? I'm like, but like,
Yeah. And we
what?
all go through that, right? It is finding yourself. The way you get dressed and what you choose to wear it's a form of self-expression and
Exactly.
trying to discover yourself within that process. None of us, again, I'm going to use myself as an example. I moved from, I used to, again, very small, tiny person. Growing up, I loved hanging out with, all the boys in the area. So I had a little bit of tomboyish personality. So
Yep.
it was the baggy jeans and the big t-shirt and the sneakers. Like that was my look. I've looked at photos of myself and I'd be like, what? What's happening there? But I went through that season. And then I went through the season where I was like, okay, I'm this small. There's no reason I should be wearing all this material on my body. And so I start wearing short tops, short bottoms. And then I got to the next season of my life where I'm, again, it's finding yourself. And I moved from, okay, if you're going to wear something short on the bottom, make sure it's long on the top and vice versa. So I start finding the balance now of
Mhm.
how do I want to feel? How do I want to look? And what that looks like and putting myself together. And that's what it is, not just as a teenager going into an adulthood, but when you're an adult as well, you're going through so many changes. You're still trying to find yourself. You're learning things about yourself. You're shedding old mindsets and beliefs that you might have had. And now you're stepping into freedom of self and expression where you're like, oh, I don't have to wear what everyone else told me that I needed to wear. I can experiment. And it's a process. And the
Yeah.
more you do that, the more you become more comfortable in who you are. And like your daughter, she turned it into a business.
Yeah. Well, and that's the ironic thing about the fashion industry is they want to see unique. They want to see something they've never
Yeah.
seen before. How are you going to get there if you're trying to be like everyone else or your past self? You're not
Yeah.
going to be the full expression of your unique self. And that's the
Yeah.
part that we
And
celebrate.
it's, yeah. And it's not even just in the fashion industry. Like we want to connect with each other as our authentic self, right?
Yes.
And I've always used clothing as that tool that helps to create conversations and connections for me, even before I start working in this space. Because so I'm not shy, I'm more introverted based on my energy. I
Mm,
don't like being in spaces where I feel like my energy is depleting. So I manage my energy in places. And if I'm going into a networking event that it's, I like small groups. So anything over 20 to me feels big.
mm,
And so what I've done is, oh, what about if I use my style to do the heavy lifting for me? What
nice.
does that mean? It's, I'm going to wear something as unique as these earrings. I'm going to wear colors. I'm going to wear a mix of two things that someone may not have thought to put together. And me walking in that room, it's now inviting conversation. So I'm
Mhm.
walking in the room and you'll come up to me, you'll be like, hey, Solita, that's a conversation I started. What you have done is taken away some of the pressure now for me to have to introduce myself. And one or two persons come up to me, they introduce themselves, we have a conversation. That actually gives me energy now to be like, okay, it's my turn now to go and introduce myself to someone else, as opposed to me having to go into the room and not knowing anyone and have to put myself in the position to go and say, hi, Tiffany, how are you doing? I'm Solita. What brought you here? You see how generic that is?
Yeah.
As opposed to if I said, oh my gosh, love your sparkles, love your sparkles. And then you start telling me a story about, yes, my mom or my sister, or I got this from a vintage store that I went to. That's a story. I get to learn so much about you
Yeah.
simply because you were something that made you feel good and also started a conversation between the two of us, like two random people just start talking and connecting.
Yeah, absolutely. And it surprises me when you approach people about their clothing, like the stories behind it. Like you
Yes.
think you may know a person, but then if you start that conversation, you get to know them much deeper. It's such a great icebreaker too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as you're talking about this, I'm thinking, are there some like things moms should look at, like getting, what is it doing when you like see what colors are your colors, or What would a stylist do for a mom? What are some like tools that she should have or maybe explore to develop this mom
Yeah.
on the go wardrobe or mom at church wardrobe or yeah, I'm in a hurry,
Yeah.
but it can still be put together kind of thing?
Yes. So I am going to say this. I am very much so one of the unconventional stylists.
Mm,
So one, I don't follow any of the style rules. Like I've never studied, paid attention to any of them. I don't like I get and support those anyone that wants to get a color analysis done or persons that teaches. I support them. Totally go ahead with it. I think one of the things to do, at least for me, that has allowed me and even the women that I've worked with to be able to freely step into this space in their wardrobe that have brought them so much discomfort
mm.
is forgetting all the rules of what I should do, of
Yeah.
what I need to do.
Mm,
No, you don't have to get a color analysis. You don't have to have $1 million. You don't have to have the right body. No, what you need to do is determine what about my current wardrobe that I don't like. What are the energy suckers in my wardrobe? Like the things that in your wardrobe when you step in, like, okay, oh, this is taking away my energy. I hate this dress with a passion, but it's the only nice dress that I have, but I hate it. Why are you wearing it? Why are you wearing it? So go in your closet and remove those pieces that you know for a fact it's not you. And when
or
I say
I'm going to get back into that someday. Like
yes, the
I find
someday,
it like
ooh,
that,
the
you know,
someday, ooh, the someday, the someday, the
the
someday,
only
the
reason I
some.
hang on to stuff now is like my girls are old enough to take from my wardrobe. So I'm like,
Yeah.
well, it fits them. So I'll leave it. Like,
And that makes sense. It's like move it from your closet into their closet or a space where they have access to it. So it's no longer part of who, like it's not living in the space that you're getting dressed from. I think that's important for moms. Like put the things in your closet that you're getting dressed from. So you ask the question like, how do how would a mom look at her wardrobe? How does she build that? You have to build it from because we all, even though you may be moms, like you have that title as mom, you're doing different activities. Your kids are at different ages as well. There are different things that you're doing. Your kids may be, toddlers, and you have to walk around and do all the things for them, and you have to be comfortable doing that. So whereas heels may be your power pieces, that's no longer the thing that you can wear. And it's like, okay, I need to get flats. Is that like, are you gonna get sneakers? Are you gonna get like pointed toe? Like, what are you gonna wear? And then use that as the thing to add your personality to. So instead of getting some black pumps, you get some black flats, you get a leopard pump. Like add some personality to it with your style when it comes to that. It's just kind of like putting those like, and even like, okay, so you're going to your kids' recitals. Like you have to show up for these things. What does that look like in terms of what do you want to wear? Like what do you want to wear to represent yourself, and not what a mom should wear? Because now I'm a mom, I should wear this.
it's so funny you say that because about 5 years ago, I decided I needed flats, and he's gonna pop in and out here.
Yeah, that's okay.
I found some that were sparkly. And I was kind of following Mel Robbins and some of those people at the time, and it was kind of this trend, but I wore them out. And I was so sad because they were like my go-to slip-on, sparkle, a little bit of me, comfortable
Yeah.
go-tos. And I went to the thrift store and I just happened upon these pair of gold sparkly ones. Now they're not all year round ones, they're kind of summer ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like so happy. I'm like, okay, new chapter, new shoes, but still me. Like,
Exactly.
and,
Exactly.
and they're
Like
not,
you
that's okay. So
yeah, you don't have to default to it's not the best word, but it's like a basic look, right? It's like, oh yeah, now I'm a mom. All of my personality went out the window. No, you can shift that to make room for the role that you're now in and what that requires of you. Like just shift it. rework some of the things. Like as a
Yep.
mom, you love skirts, but you have very active kids. I mean, we can see very active, and you may have to run around. Maybe skirts doesn't work for you because now you have to be climbing the monkey bar. You have to be doing this. It's like, okay, I now have to shift from my skirts to now pants. What does that look like? Okay, I want pants that feel light and comfortable, and just shifting. Okay, I don't want to wear jeans because that's kind of stiff. I want like just make the shift from whatever it is that you like and find the alternative for that. So just kind of maintaining who you are in the process.
Yeah. And I find if I find something I really like or a new fit, about a year ago, I found I really liked the wide leg jeans, and I really hadn't done that before.
Mm-hmm.
They were so comfy. And I gave them time to see if they were really what I wanted, because the jeans I had bought 5 years ago are the ones that my daughter started taking because they started getting holes in them. So I'm like, I need new jeans, but where I got them from, I can't get them from anymore.
Yeah.
And the price wasn't what I wanted either. And so now once I knew that was the pair I liked, I went back to the store and I got two more pairs. And it happened to be like a buy one, get one 50% off kind of thing. I just happened to hit a sale, which worked out so great. And so it doesn't have to break your budget to do these things, but invest in pieces that, I only buy jeans that are good quality, but I do try to find a sale because I know I wear them a lot as a mom, and then they're going to last. And then I have other basic pieces. I have way too many clothes, partially because I used to feel like that was the only time my mom loved me was when we went shopping. So I do tend to have a hard time letting go of the clothes. I got a teenage girl, so it's kind of working out right now. But I am realizing that I would really like to get to a more of a wardrobe that, I like unique pieces. I got this one at a vintage store. I have this tendency to I like to collect kind of sparkly things to go to conventions or go out to special kind of thing. That's me. But I also feel like it would be more practical to have that basic, what they call it. The word is eluding me. A wardrobe that works together. Like,
your capsule wardrobe?
Capsule wardrobe, right? I had not really learned about that in the last couple of years. Maybe I've just been under a rock or something. But I'm like, I kind of was doing that with blacks and like with jeans and with navy, kind of naturally, knowing those were ones that kind of went with everything. But I had never thought about it completely, to the extent of it could lessen the number that I need, but it could up the level of quality. And then I could bring unique pieces into it instead of like, ooh, that's unique. I need that. I need that. I need that. And all of a sudden there's this closet full of unique stuff.
Random pieces.
And what jacket goes with it and what shoes go with it. Wait a minute. Like now I have this piece that it's unique and I like it, but it doesn't go with anything.
Yeah. So while I like a capsule wardrobe, like we hear the capsule wardrobe, but the way that it's built is that it's built for where you're told, okay, the black, the white, the navy, like the very boring traditional colors. Most persons think that's the only way to build a capsule wardrobe. A capsule wardrobe is not based on colors. It's based on, at least the way I think about it, it's based on your lifestyle. It's based on the silhouettes and type of clothing that you want to put in your closet, the colors that you want to wear, and what do you want that to look like from the different like activities and things that you have within your career and your business or as a mom. So as an example, it's being able to be intentional about the pieces that you put in your closet, making sure that whenever you buy something, it's not just a random piece of clothing that you're buying, but you're buying something that can easily work with the pieces in your closet that you already have. So you're just adding more to your closet as opposed to you like, okay, I just bought this. I was talking about the fact like capsule wardrobe doesn't have to be, and this is the idea that at least this is how it was presented. A capsule wardrobe, it's only the black, the white, the beige, like those are the colors that were prescribed for a capsule wardrobe, and most women will follow that and then like, oh, but my wardrobe is so boring. Yes, because it has no personality in it.
Yeah.
A capsule wardrobe is, it should be built on your personality, should be built on the silhouettes, the cuts, the colors that you want to put in there, and also built on whether or not you want like what type of dresser are you? Are you a minimalist type of dresser or a maximalist type of dresser? And there's a difference between that, at least for me, how I explain it. I am a minimalist dresser in that I do not want to have to get dressed and have to put 10 pieces of clothing together
Yeah.
to for one outfit. Like I love to see women who have that intention and being able to put that together. Like it looks amazing. When
Mhm.
I'm getting dressed, if it's at a bottom, a top, or a full piece, and I'm putting it's like no more than three pieces together that I'm wearing. So bottom, top, blazer. So that's three. If I'm wearing a dress, like I'm wearing a dress right now, I'm wearing a this denim jacket over it. That's two pieces because for me, my bandwidth, my way of existing in the world, I don't want to be putting on, okay, now we're gonna add this and we're gonna add a belt and we're gonna like that becomes your if that is your personal style, great. And you have the energy and the time for it, perfect. And so you will build a capsule wardrobe that encompasses all the pieces that you need to put together a outfit. An outfit for me is a minimalist look. It doesn't mean that I'm wearing beige and white or black and white. It means that the amount of pieces that I'm wearing in an outfit is not a lot. So you have to decide when it comes to a capsule wardrobe, am I building a minimalist type of dressing wardrobe or a maximalist type of dressing? And which one of those two am I? If you are a minimalist, then it means that, okay, it's not about limiting the amount of pieces. Like, oh, I'm only going to buy 20 pieces. Really? Really? Like, how realistic is it? It's no, it's I am only going to buy the colors, the cuts, the silhouettes that I need to then incorporate in my wardrobe to be able to build on each piece that I have should give me three or four outfits. That's what it is. And I think the idea of it's like, oh yeah, I have to build a capsule wardrobe. Yes and no. You should start putting actual clothing in your closet that aligns with you that can work together. And when I say work together, so as I said earlier in this conversation, I'm from the Caribbean. We have one season all year round. It feels like summer. Even if it rains, even if it gets a little chilly in December, it is still summer for me. Okay. So living in the US now with four seasons, I am not building, and I'm nor do I have the intention to build a wardrobe for each season.
Mm.
There are specific things for each season that, like, I love shorts. It's part of my Caribbean identity. I would only wear when it's the winter time, I would only wear my shorts at home because I'm at home, I have my heat on, I'm good. I don't have to go outside. But realizing that I also don't like winter, it means that, okay, what are the essential pieces I need to add to my existing wardrobe? Like, I don't have a full winter wardrobe. The essential pieces, because I don't like to be cold, it means that I'm going to invest, and I invested in a very warm coat. I put that on, I go outside, I'm like, ooh, I'm hot, but it's cold. Right? And invested in shoes that are going to keep my feet warm because I don't like my feet to be cold. But every other piece in my closet, I've worn them during the summer, winter,
Mhm.
fall. Like I've worn them because they can move through different season in like the climate and my life based on where I am in that point. Like I just did a complete closet clean out because I'm like, okay, question that I asked myself, where am I right now?
Mhm.
What is the season of my life? Like I want to feel soft, I want to feel easygoing, I want to feel light,
Mhm.
and I also want to have a little bit of fun in my closet, meaning I coming from banking, coming from finance, it's very, and compliance is just like this, you're just very structured, you're very, and my wardrobe reflected that because I like very tailored, structured pieces. I was like, you know what? Let's add some flowy pieces in there now. So
Mm.
I'm adding like softness in terms of to get that softness, linen pieces into my closet. I'm adding skirts with a little bit of flair and, femininity in there just to add that. And that's how you build your wardrobe. You kind of change it and align it to who you are.
Yeah. Well, and I was just thinking as you were talking about the different seasons, like motherhood in particular, like you have the maternity clothes, you have after baby, and then you might get back into some of your clothes and you might not kind of thing. And I think that's where some moms like give up a little
Yeah.
bit on the style and the fashion instead of seeing it as an opportunity. But like maternity clothes in particular have gotten way more stylish than they used to be. I don't know
Yeah.
if does anybody go back and look at the 1950s, 1940s, like these tent shirts, and women just kind of hid their bellies versus like
Because
celebrate,
that's what it was. It's about,
right?
ooh, you're pregnant, you have to hide. You have to, you're no longer a person, you're now becoming this thing where it's not like, yeah, I am still a person who needs to wear clothes and at the same time be comfortable with my belly. So
Yeah.
changing of the times, right? Changing of the narrative as to how women needed to show up during that time has also changed. So yeah.
Yeah. And some women are comfortable like with those shifts in the body change for maternity clothes, and some aren't comfortable with the heavier body. Like I think
Exactly.
it's a real psychological thing of being able to like celebrate it and just know that there's a ton of options. And it's actually a fun time to be like, I get to wear a little bit looser stuff. I can get stretchy stuff. I actually have a couple dresses I kept because I just loved them so much that are
Yeah.
maternity. You wouldn't know now because they're so stretchy, and I add a belt to them or something, and like you just wouldn't know, but they were just in a style that like allowed for a lot of give and a lot of different sizes within a size kind of thing. And I
Hmm.
don't think that women always think about that. They think about it as two separate things, whereas there
Yeah.
are pieces that can be, like you were saying, through every season of life. And you might want to look for a few of those pieces that like even if I'm a little bigger, it's a little tighter. If I get to the ideals, you know, if I lose the weight or my body changes, this is still flattering. This is
Yeah.
still a flattering shape. This is still a comfortable size. And a lot of it is stretchy kind
Yeah.
of things that allow for that, and ruching and all of those kind of things. And so it's fun to explore that though too, like I think. And so but you don't have to lose yourself in the process. Like it can
Yeah.
be your pregnancy style, it can be your postpartum style. It
Exactly.
uniquely yours, and that's where it can be fun. And don't compare. I think that's the hardest thing today with all the social media is like, don't compare what her body was like or like that. Instead, to be inspired and be like, oh, maybe I could explore that. Maybe that would work for me. Or yeah, that won't work for me. That's not for me.
Yeah. I
And
think that's the important thing. Let it be an inspiration, not a comparison to bring yourself down or think that you're not good enough. But let it be an inspiration and not an inspiration that's something that you want to aspire to. But how can you, if you see a woman that is like, oh my gosh, she's so stylish, let it be an inspiration for you. It's like, oh, how can I, like, what are some things that I may not feel confident in myself with? And what do I want to change? Do I want to add more colors? Because I love that, seeing this particular person how they wear colors. Like, oh, I want to add more colors and experiment with that. So let it be an inspiration for you and not something that you're comparing yourself or trying to meet to that person, whatever they are showing up as and how they're, yeah. But yeah.
and just like kids grow up too fast and the moment's going to be gone, like celebrate the present. Like one of
Yeah.
the best things I did, even though it was the middle of COVID and I was solo pregnant, was for my birthday, I bought myself a maternity photo shoot because I had not had a professional one with all four of my kids. And
Yeah.
I love those photos
Yeah.
because they are such a celebration of getting to be a mother. And I have other ones that I do like, and I had a cousin do them and some other people, but like those ones in particular, because they were a gift to myself and I was
Yeah.
celebrating my body in that moment, it lasts with me now. And then like our family photos, when we pick our little matching outfits, like it's been different and fun
Yeah.
every time. And so you're setting an example for your kids too, because the way
Yeah.
that you model how you handle your body changing through pregnancy, your style, what defines taking care of yourself, what is stylish, what in all of that, they're watching you. And
Yeah.
so why not consider being a little more stylish, being a little more aware, caring a little bit more.
Yeah, so they can see that example, and we don't pass on the same cycle of, not being able to be your full self as
Yes,
you go into adulthood and the different season and changes in your life. But yeah.
absolutely. Well, I feel like we could go on, but we got interrupted, and we're coming to a roll here, and our next guest is here. So, uh,
Yes.
any last thoughts on this for moms in particular? Any last words of wisdom, and then where
Yes.
can people find you if they want to?
Give give yourself grace. Give yourself grace, understanding, this season and change that you're going through. And you do not have to get style right. There is no such thing as getting it right. It's getting, making sure that it feels great on you. That's the most important thing. Whatever you choose to wear, make sure that's how you want to express and celebrate yourself, and do that. And to connect with me, you can do so on LinkedIn. I am Solita C Roberts on LinkedIn, and of course my website, styletoimpact.com. I do dabble over there on Instagram, but like I practice what I preach. It's a platform that you will fall into that comparison trap, and so I don't spend a lot of time over there, but I'm over there as well.
And the life coach in me wants to say, remember, beauty comes from the inside out. Whatever
Yes,
energy you bring, that's the idea. Find the things that help you bring the energy that you want, that you wear, that celebrate uniquely who you are. And that can look any way that feels good to you. Don't compare. Save yourself that. And go out there and be resilient and show your kids what that looks like. All right. I believe in
absolutely.
you. Believe in yourself. God bless. And we'll see you on the next episode of the Resilient Mother podcast. Thank you for joining us today. Please don't forget to subscribe so we can share this message. We are a worldwide podcast with guests all around the world, and we want to continue to grow this community. You can find us on socials. You could also be a guest. Look for that link below if you'd be interested in being a guest on the podcast. If you know a sponsor or would like to be a sponsor, please reach out to me or Catherine as well.
Sure. We want you all on this journey. We want to hear your stories. We want to share your stories. We want to gain strength from each other, because together we're stronger. And to never forget the blessing of being a mother and what we're creating. We're creating the future every single day of our lives. So get on this train with us and let's do this thing, moms.
I believe in you. Believe in yourself. God bless. And we'll see you around. Take care.